I've been posting 4 videos a day for 32 days now, and I wanted to share what I've learned in that process. So I'm already a successful content creator. I'm already full time. I have a channel with 52,000 subscribers, and it pays my bills. But I'm doing something completely different on this channel, which is quantity. All of those old videos on that other channel were quality. I would spend 10 to 30 hours scripting, researching, writing, gathering footage for, editing, making thumbnails, and all that jazz to produce a great piece of content. And I'm trying something completely different here where it's all quantity, right? Every video has no editing, no script, sometimes some bullet points, but for the most part, it's just me and the camera. So, what have I learned from switching from quality to quantity, and what can I share for someone who is, trying to become a content creator and maybe doing it this way? So, first of all, quality is really subjective, right? When it comes to quality, people have all sorts of ideas of what that means, but there's people on YouTube watching AI slop every single day and they don't care. So quality is really subjective. I've gotten videos on this channel to get thousands of views, sometimes even tens of thousands, and that shows that it's not necessarily about how much time you put into research and writing and scripting and blah, 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 but more so just how much value are you providing to the viewer? Now, value is subjective, and what does value mean? Well, that could be entertainment or information and all sorts of stuff. But truthfully, stop thinking about editing or scripting or, how good your thumbnail looks and stuff like that, and start thinking about more how much value am I providing to the viewer? How entertaining is this actually? How much information am I presenting? How good of a story am I telling? All of that stuff will make you infinitely more successful on YouTube than if you know, worry so much about making your edit perfect. This video right here got 48,000 views. It's the best video on the channel so far. Just me talking into the camera. And you can see that I found a concept here, ranking Clash cards in a tier list, that works well. It consistently gets thousands of views. And maybe it's not nearly as much as I would have gotten if I was doing quality, but I don't think I'm as good at doing quantity as I am quality. I'm working, on my on-camera presence and, talking off the top of my head without a script. Those are skills I've been developing, whereas I spent a long time learning how to write a script well and deliver the lines well while I was reading them, all of that stuff. So the skills don't transfer over one-to-one, but I think through, this right here, you can see that quality is really subjective, and don't necessarily put all your eggs into the I'm going to edit my video so good everyone will watch it basket, because it just doesn't work that way. It doesn't have to. I think that's a good thing, Not everybody loves to edit or to write a complete script. Some people would rather just do what I'm doing right here, and I think that's important. Okay, what else have I learned? Consistency matters. I know everybody says that, but truthfully, consistency doesn't matter in the way people think it does. So normally you can post a video. There's people on YouTube who post a video once a year, and every single time they post, they get millions of views, and if not, at the very least, hundreds of thousands, because people are just waiting for them to make videos because their videos are so fantastic. They provide so much value. But consistency is important if you're trying to build a real fan base, I think. On the Watch Over, the channel with 52,000 subscribers that pays my bills, I didn't post very consistently, but and by consistently I mean specifically at the same time and date or whatever, or even every single month or whatever. I would post whenever I really felt like it, whenever I needed to pay the bills. And I didn't really build a fan base, I don't think. A lot of me was removed from the videos, which we'll talk about next. I think that's the next big thing I've learned. But I just kind of posted whenever, and it felt like people were there to show up and watch the videos, but it didn't feel like I had a real fan base of people who were interested in keeping up with me in the same way. Whereas on this channel, I post every day, and there's people waiting for me to post. They expect the video to come out today. They know that I'm posting 4 videos a day, and they're waiting for that. I feel like that sort of consistency is really important for building a fan base. And then on top of that, it's also, I've improved at this skill of talking off the top of my head so much faster than if I was not consistent. You can go back and watch the first videos on this channel and see this stark difference in the way I was doing this before and how I do it now and how much better I've gotten. So consistency really matters the most for how quickly you can improve your skills at this game of content creation. It's really difficult to be a content creator, okay? You have to be good at a lot of stuff or exceptional, at least at one thing, right here, I think mostly what I have to be exceptional at is coming up with good ideas and then being entertaining on camera. But if you're going to make videos in the traditional way that most people think about it, you need to be good at research. You need to be good at scripting. You have to be good at coming up with good ideas. You have to be good at gathering footage. You have to be good at editing. You have to be good at making thumbnails. You have to be good at titling. All of that stuff added together, it's a lot of skills to learn. Oh, you have to be good at reading lines off a script. That's a big one, okay? You have to be able to deliver lines well. All of that stuff matters. You have to know how to use a camera. You have to know how to use a microphone, okay? There's so much to learn to be a good content creator. It requires you to be good at so many skills. And then on top of that, once you make it, you have to be good at monetizing your channel. And I could go on forever, right? So it requires you to be good at a lot of stuff. If you make more videos faster, you'll get better faster. So I think that's why consistency has been so important. I've improved dramatically because I'm just doing so much more volume than most people and have done it consistently. I'm not taking breaks. Every day I show up and make my 4 videos, whether they're good or bad or great. I make them and then I move on to the next day. Okay, next up, let's talk about the fan base thing, okay? I feel like that's important. I did not put a lot of my personality into those Overwatch videos, okay? I felt like I didn't even really build a fan base. And to prove that, when I went live for the first time on that channel, 25 people showed up. This channel that has 1,300 subscribers on, I went live for the first time and 24 people showed up because so much more of me is in this video. I think that if you really want to build a fan base, people who are there for you, you need to be a little bit vulnerable with them. You don't have to go to the extent that I'm going to on this channel, but I'm trying to build super fans here, okay? I'm trying to build the cult following. If you're trying to just build a reasonable fan base, I do think you need to let more of your personality through in the videos by making jokes and being on camera and stuff like that than I did on the watchover. I just think it'll help. People are much more inclined to support you if you show them who you are and they can actually see if they like you or not. I think that's really, really important. So try to put yourself out there a little more. It can be scary. People are going to say nasty things to you no matter what you do. You just kind of have to accept that that's how things are. You should be intrinsically motivated. It should come from you. You should post because you really want to put this thing into the world, and that'll help you sort of fight against that noise of hostility that you'll get no matter what, right? And you just got to go for it, man. It will be rough at times, okay? Sometimes a comment gets to me or whatever, but for the most part, it's worth it because this is what I want to do. So yeah, just put yourself out there a little more and people will support you more because they can actually see who you are. That's something I really missed on the watchover, and I wish I could go back and fix it, but I can't now, okay? Maybe I would still be making videos on that channel and enjoy making them if I put myself out there a little more. But I did not, unfortunately. And let's see, is there anything else I feel like I've really learned over the course of this process? So far, I would say those are definitely the 3 major things I've learned is, you know, make sure that you're consistent, make sure you put yourself out there. And then quality is really subjective, you know, like you can succeed doing some things that you might not think would work, you know, iterate, try a lot of stuff and just get out there and make it happen, okay? I would say those are the 3 biggest things I'll learn. I'll give myself a moment here to see if I can come up with like a really good 4th one. I don't think so. I think that's good enough. I think we can call it there, okay? I think that's some good valuable advice. If I had to really extract what I've learned, that's it. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful. And if you watch the rest of this channel, I'll see you in the rest of the videos today and tomorrow. Thanks.